Yeah, it goes everybody, because they will continue on with a game called Danganronpa Live or Die. Where were we? Here? I think we're at the, yeah. We are at the trial number 4. Right. We will begin very soon after this. Anytime now. Trial start. Okay, we'll start the trial. Right. Let's begin with the basic explanation of a trial. During the trial, you will present your arguments about the murder and vote for the culprit. Your votes will decide the trial's outcome. If you correctly identify the culprit, only they will get punished. But if you make a wrong choice, everyone else will get punished and the culprit will get to leave. Oh, but of course there's a slight change this time. If the culprit is victorious, they will be able to choose one person who will be spared and leave with them. Will be able or will have to. You're not suggesting that the killer would be so cruel that they would not spare anyone, are you? Who knows, maybe they trick someone into helping them but they'll screw them over at the last second. You don't truly know anyone here, remember? I feel like we know each other at least that much that we wouldn't suspect each other of that. You basically assumed that the killer committed murder to save us from hunger. But maybe they're just a sadistic murderer who wanted to use the opportunity. Are you measuring everyone by your own standards? No, I'm just being cautious. Yeah, anyway, it's true that the culprit does not have to use the opportunity I'm giving them. They can spare one person if they want to, regardless if that person helped with the crime or not. So you get surprise picked by the killer without even knowing who they are? Indeed, wouldn't that be an exciting outcome? Or the killer could conspire with one person and promise that they would pick them, and then after the verdict pick someone else. Why would anyone be that cruel? Alucard, I think you're just trying to make up a guy at that point. I don't think that would give the killer any benefit, so there isn't really any reason to do it. Maybe so. Just to make sure, we only need to identify one killer, right? Even if there's a second person who helped them? Yeah, of course. Alright then, I think we can do this. Of course you can. The killer should not underestimate you, no matter who they are. So let's get some basic facts straight. The victim in this case is Pascal. He was murdered this night around 2 a.m. Aaron was the one who first found the body. That's right. I don't really want to remember this though. He was found in his room in Sector C. Everything clear so far? Of course. So does anyone have any suspect right away? I think Alucard is suspicious. Why is that? I mean, you're always suspicious. Daichi's right. Alucard was in the same sector as Pascal, so there's a high chance he did it. The two main suspects are Alucard and Eri, since both of them were under Sector C. But I don't think Eri would be able to do it, which leaves Alucard as suspect number 1. There you go again with your pathetic believing in people. I don't think they could do it. It's the most dangerous thing you can think of in this situation. Okay, I think that's enough suspicion for now. Let's focus on the facts. Why don't we begin with the murder weapon? Whatever you say. Make your argument. Pascal was sitting in front of the computer screen, right? Yeah. So maybe a violent virus killed him. A computer virus? Nope. Don't be silly. It must have been one of the weapons from the drawers. Or maybe just some object from his room? Yeah, agree. Heavy statue. Consent. You're right, Ayaka. It wasn't one of the weapons that Monokuma gave us, but rather a seemingly harmless object. You mean the ugly statue in Pascal's room, right? You know, this statue reminds me of that one statue from the Ace Attorney series, I think, yeah. First trial, yeah. Indeed, it would work as a weapon. The Thinker, there you go. It would work as a weapon. We even found some leftover traces of blood on it. So it fits perfectly. I see. Are you sure though? Maybe it was left there as a red herring. Couldn't the killer use one of the weapons from the drawers? Not really. Those weapons included knives, scissors, screwdrivers, and so on. Mostly bladed sharp objects. And Pascal was killed by blunt force trauma. There weren't any hammers in those drawers, were there? Not that I know of. Exactly, it must have been a blunt instrument. and the statue fits perfectly. Damn, it must suck to be killed by something that ugly. It's not pretty, that's true. Hey, the statue is perfect. You have zero aesthetic sense. Anyway, we can at least agree on the murder weapon for now. We should move on to the suspects, though. Ari and Alucard are the most suspicious one here. Continue. No, wait, anyone could have done it. Continue. The culprit moved through the Sector C hall and went to Pascal's room. And then they attacked the unsuspecting Pascal from behind. Maybe they used an ugly statue to humiliate him more. Object. Aries account. Counter. I don't think that's true. Which part? That the killer went through the Sector C hall? Why is that? Well, because of what Aries said. Yeah. She said she didn't sleep all night and that her door opened, yet she didn't hear anyone. Maybe the culprit was just walking really quietly? Or maybe Aries has simply been lying. What? Why do you think that? If the killer went through the hall, it'd be most likely be either her or Alucard, and some of us already picked Alucard as their main suspect. So you're saying that Aries is covering for Alucard? That would be likely. After all, she said she'd protect him at any cost. That would also work if one of them was the killer and the other one was the collaborator. Hey, I didn't cooperate with Alucard on anything. That is certainly true. Maybe we should think about it a bit more. Maybe Aries is simply lying to protect someone. After all, the killer should have come through that hall. Pascal left his door unlocked and the killer entered his room. He wouldn't be able to suspect such a thing. Did I mention that the statue is ugly as heck already? Lol. It's locked, wasn't it? Or was it? Yeah. Counter. It was locked. Something doesn't add up. About what I said. About this entire thing. See, it's true that the door was unlocked. We found it that way. But does this really mean that Pascal left it that way? You think he didn't? After all, Alucard said that Pascal made sure to lock the door and specifically said so. Yeah, he did say that. Maybe he simply forgot to do it. We all had bigger things on our minds than locking the door. I don't think so. He may have really locked it. So the killer unlocked it. That would make sense, but the point is if it was locked, then the killer couldn't just open the door from the hall. Yeah, so it was an Alucard. Alright, this has gone far enough. What do you mean? That's pathetic. Those lame attempts at manipulating the truth is just sad. So you're saying that we have it wrong? Indeed. First of all, of course there was someone in the hall that night. Someone who wanted to enter Pascal's room. There was? Megumi, you already have the evidence for it, don't you? Or do you prefer to face away from the truth? I have the evidence? What evidence proves that someone was in the hall? Scratch marks on door, yeah. You're right. We found scratch marks on Pascal's door near the lock. Someone must have tried to open it by force. And that someone must have come from the hall. Then what about what Aries said? Don't you realize yet? It was a lie? She didn't know if anyone went through the hall. That's because the door to her room was closed. What? How do you know that? I know that because I was in the hall. You were? Yeah. And was it you who left those scratch marks then? Indeed. Why did you do that? That's simple. Do I need to spell it out? You wanted to kill him. I took a knife from the drawer and waited until late in the night. I tried to open the locked door with a knife, but it was already unlocked. I have scratched it for nothing. You could have checked it first, then you wouldn't leave incriminating evidence. True, but I was convinced that I locked the door. So what happened when you entered his room? I saw the same thing Eri did, Pascal's dead body. I was too late, but it was a blessing in disguise. Thanks to the killer, we would have received food and water, and I wouldn't have to risk being caught as a culprit. Sure, this was the worst possible moment to try to kill someone and get away with it. There you go, call me analyzing it like that. But why did you admit to that? Now people will suspect you even more. I couldn't listen to you anymore. I decided that telling the truth will be better for me than relying on your weak manipulation skills. It was a simple calculation. Of course. So what do we do with that? He says he didn't do it, but can we believe him? After all, he admitted that he was there during the night. What do you think, everyone? We cannot trust Alucard in anything that Alucard says. Maybe he really came there after the killer? Then it would mean that it was most likely Eri. Well, we know for sure that the culprit came from Sector C. You guys don't know anything. Objection. Secret passage. Yeah. No, that's not exactly true. I think it's high time we address the biggest misconception in this case. Oh? This is getting interesting. Namely, the point that the killer must have been someone from Sector C. We all know why we assume that, right? Well, because sectors were separated by walls, right? They weren't anymore this morning, though. Yeah, but that happened after the murder. How can we be sure of that? So are you suggesting they came down earlier and the killer simply went to Sector C through there? No, the truth is much more interesting. During the investigation, we found a secret passage. A secret passage? Yeah, it connected all three of the sectors. Is that true? Indeed, I also found that passage during my investigation. They're right, Haru. I saw them walk out of the wall. Out of the wall? Yeah, the passage was hidden behind furniture covering the holes in the wall on each side. Fascinating. And you think that the culprit could have moved through there? Where else could they move? Yeah, because there was one more important thing that I haven't said yet. You mean where the passage ended at? Yeah. Well, the entrances from sectors A and B were located in the halls. The one in Sector C was inside of Pascal's room. Oh. Well, that certainly makes it important to the case. But can we know that someone actually used it? Well, question, what evidence proves that someone was in the passage? Shoe mark in passage. We found a shoe mark in the dust in the passage. It looked pretty recent, so I think it's likely someone was there. So the killer could have come both from Sector C and from the secret passage. Yeah, although I have a theory. I cannot prove it yet, but please listen to me. Go on. It's connected to the mystery of the unlocked door. Alucard, you said that Pascal was sure to lock his door. Yeah, he was. So what if he did? I don't understand. What if the culprit came in through the passage, killed Pascal, and then unlocked the door? Ooh, clever. But why would they do that? To cast suspicion on Eri and Alucard. Oh. What's even more interesting, if this theory was correct, then Eri and Alucard would be the only ones who could not have done it. Right, because we couldn't access the secret passage. Convenient development. But we do not know if this is true, do we? No, we don't. And even if it was, we'd still have 6 possible suspects. That's quite a lot. We have to narrow it down then. We need to narrow down the list of suspects, yeah? But there's no evidence that could pinpoint the killer. What if we compare everyone's alibis? It was late at night, everyone was in their rooms. If only Pascal's PC camera was on during that time. But there is evidence though. Let's see, blood mark in passage. Well, yeah, possibly. Oh, the fingerprint, yeah. Got her. Well, we do have something, or at least we should have it. You mean the fingerprints thing? So what did you use it on? The statue in Pascal's room. Yeah, the murder weapon. We don't know for sure that it was it. Anyway, if we knew who touched it, it would help a lot with finding the killer. So who did it? Well, Monokuma? Yeah? What about the analysis results? Oh, that thing. Sorry, still not done. What? But we need it. He did say it may last even longer than the trial. But then it would be completely useless. That's how Monokuma operates. Gives you a bit of hope, then takes it away. Damn. So we still have nothing. Seems so. We need to discuss other leads and hope that Monokuma finishes in time. So what's the next topic? Oh, my back. Oh. What if the culprit touched an item other than the statue? We will not be able to use the analysis for the second time though. We could question everyone and make the culprit slip up. No, I get nervous and look suspicious even though I didn't do it. But the killer didn't leave any other evidence behind. Yes, he did. Ah. The... where's it? Used tissue, yeah. Counter. The tissue that's pink. No, there is something. A clue that may help us identify the killer. Oh, I'm listening. This used tissue that we found in Pascal's room. The way you said it, I was expecting something better. What's so special about that tissue? Well, I believe that the killer might have used it to wipe the blood off the statue. Maybe even try to wipe their fingerprints as well. But then the fingerprint analysis would fail. Yeah, that would be really unfortunate. But in place of the analysis, it might have given us another clue. The tissue itself. Hold on, that is still only a theory. We don't know if the killer really used that tissue. For all we know, it might have been used by Pascal himself. Yeah, what's more likely, that Pascal used the tissue during the 2 days he was there, or that the killer specifically brought one themselves? No, you don't understand. It couldn't have been Pascal. Why is that? Ari, can you help me? What, me? Oh, I know what you mean. It's because the only tissues in Sector C were green. You remember, right, Alucard? Yeah, the box was in my room. And indeed, they were all green, no purple ones. It's pink. Anyway, this means that tissue must have come from the outside Sector C. Okay, but what does it say about the culprit? Actually, a lot. We found another piece of evidence that shows where the tissue came from. Question, what evidence shows where the tissue came from? Box of tissues. We found that box of tissues in Sector B. Yeah, we did. It must have come from this box. Indeed, it's the only box of pink tissues that we found in the entire secret area. Interesting. Even I haven't noticed that. So it's most likely that one of those tissues made its way to Pascal's room. Yeah, but that would mean... yeah, we might be able to tell who brought it. It must have been that person. The one that has pink? Only you. Who could bring the pink tissue to Pascal's room? It's you, my guy. I'm sorry. Got it. Daichi, it was you. What do you mean me? What? Eric, do you remember where we found the box? Yeah, it was inside Daichi's room. So if Daichi had access to them, he could have easily taken one and used it to wipe the statue. That would make sense. Hey, don't be so hasty. I don't know anything about this box. It was in your room though. Okay, that was dumb. I know this box, okay, but this doesn't mean I'm the killer. It wasn't hidden or anything, so Haruo or Fu could have easily taken one. Don't bring me into this. And I was unconscious for most of the time. Yeah, she was, but apart from that, the murder happened at night. At that time, we should all have been in our rooms. So you're saying that the killer opened your door, came into your room, took a tissue from the box and left closing the door. And you haven't noticed anything? I was sleeping. You're a very heavy sleeper then. Daichi, did you do it? No, I didn't. Please, listen to me. Hey Haruo, tell them I couldn't do it. I want to believe that you're innocent, but I don't have any evidence that could prove it. Man. Megumi, are you sure that this tissue is enough to convict Daichi? No, but I have more. This shoe mark that we found in the secret passage. What about it? Well, it looks kind of like a sports shoe, which is exactly the type that Daichi wears. Does no one else wear shoes like that? Not really. Oh, come on. I didn't do it. Sorry, Daichi, but the evidence so far points at you. Now. Hey, losers. What? Stop this bickering for a second and listen. I got something that you'll really like. You're going to let us out? Even better, I've got the results of the fingerprint analysis. Oh, finally. So what's in it? Wow, so impatient. Okay, I'll tell ya. We found 3 sets of fingerprints on the statue. 3. And the people who left them were... drumroll please. Brrr, Pascal, Daichi, and Eri. That's all from me. Please continue. Pascal, Daichi, and Eri. We can ignore Pascal since, he's the victim. Yeah, he probably touched it since it was in his room. Okay, but what about Eri? Well, I saw her touch it. It was during the investigation. So it shouldn't count either. Hey, you don't know that she didn't touch it earlier too. She touched it later on purpose when you were looking to avert the suspicion. Of course I didn't. That's very unlikely. So it just leaves one person, and that's Daichi. Well, that is pretty damning. Hey, stop it. I didn't do it, I'm telling ya. Haru, tell them. Anyone. You're all stupid. Daichi, calm down. It's just now I have to break through his words. Oh, this is... Okay, already? I'm not the killer. You're stupid. You don't have proof that I did it. Pascal's room was located in Sector C. Pascal most likely locked the door. The culprit arrived through the secret passage. In the passage, they left a shoe mark. The weapon that they grabbed was a statue. We found the tissue from your room in Pascal's bin, and there was your shoe mark in the secret passage. I just went there for a walk. It means nothing. Why would I even kill Pascal? He was cool. Pascal was killed by blunt force. He was attacked while in front of the computer. The killer attacked Pascal from behind. The killer wiped the blood using their tissue. The killer failed to wipe the fingerprints, yeah. The fingerprint analysis confirmed that you used the murder weapon. You wanted to get food and water again, and that's why you had to do something. But I... Explain now, bub. I didn't. Daichi, we're not mad at you. We know the circumstances were. But we have to solve this murder. It's a matter of our survival. Well done, Megumi. Now you know what you have to do, right? Yeah, I will summarize this entire case from start to finish. Shortest case ever. Let's do it. This is it. The whole case started with the culprit going into the secret passage that they found earlier. They entered it from Sector B. They went through the passage, but they unknowingly left a shoe mark in the dust. At that time, Pascal was sitting in front of his computer. He was also distracted by an error message, yeah. The killer entered his room through the passage behind him. They took the statue from the cupboard and struck Pascal's head from behind. Pascal died instantly and fell down on the floor. The killer then took a tissue that they took from their room, which was pink. They used it to wipe the blood from the statue, but they didn't wipe their own fingerprints as well. Their biggest mistake was that instead of taking the tissue, they threw it in the bin. Before leaving, they also unlocked the door to cast suspicion on Alacardinary. And the person did all that was you, Daichi Nakara. And that's the case. This is how it happened. Good job, Gumi. Daichi, I can't believe it. But everyone. Well, that's over then. I mean, I know why he did it, but still. A murder remains a murder. You're the last person that should say that, though. Hey, can I? Okay then, y'all. I'm glad you reached your answers, which means it's time to... Hold it. What? Hey everyone, stop for a second. What? Ayaka? What's wrong? Please, just listen to me. I'm done being weak and silent. I must speak up. We're listening, Ayaka. This entire case feels wrong. It's as if we're being led by someone. Something's off. Off? I thought we solved this case. Yeah, oh, what a twist. But apparently Ayaka believed this wasn't true. Is there more to it, or are we really being tricked by someone? We must know everything before we reach the verdict. Oh, this is so... What a twist. Yes, please, I wish to save... Alright then, we will discuss it some more. But the voting... No, we're not done yet. Boo. Oh well, do whatever you want. Aika, you had something to say, right? Please tell us what you think is wrong. Okay, so, it just sounds so easy, as if we're following someone's plan. I told you it's not me. What do you mean? We found the clues and they pointed at Daichi. Yeah, but I feel like there are too many of them. Too many clues? What does that even mean? What I mean is, we've got both the tissue and the fingerprints. And what's wrong with that? If we only got one of them, it'd be pretty damning. But both, it just feels weird. I'm not sure I follow. You see, we've come to a conclusion that Daichi brought the tissue to wipe the blood off. So he wiped the blood, but not the fingerprints? Yeah, that's so weird. I see, you may have a point. Well, I don't get it. He just didn't think of wiping the fingerprints as well. Even though we were explicitly told about the fingerprint analysis by Monokuma, he must have known that he would analyze the murder weapon. Yeah, but not only did he fail to remove that evidence, he left us a new one when he left the tissue in Pascal's room. That is pretty illogical. Haven't you thought that maybe Daichi is just a dumb idiot? Hey! I don't think that's all there is to it. I don't know, something else doesn't feel right. Megumi, can we discuss it some more? Okay. There must be something more to this case. Maybe the real culprit is still hidden in the shadows, but every piece of evidence fits Daichi perfectly. There's no way that the fingerprint analysis is wrong. Daichi is just pretending that he doesn't know anything. Megumi, you already summarized the case, didn't you? Yeah, I did summarize that. Every piece of evidence... What about the blood mark in passage? Counter. That's not completely true. What do you mean? It's true that most of the evidence fits Daichi, but not all of it. We know that Daichi left the shoe mark in the secret passage. But what about the blood mark on the ceiling? What about it? I don't think that Daichi could have left it. Why not? Something just doesn't fit. Letter on Lambert, what doesn't fit the theory that Daichi left the mark on the ceiling? H E Easy. Where's G? God damn it! There you go. Get back here. Oh, fucking asshole. No. You dick. Stop that. There you go. Letter T. Oh, fuck. Asshole, get back here. Height. Got it. Yeah, that's it. Is height? Yeah, Daichi's just too short. And remember when we investigated that part of the passage? Yeah, it had a very low ceiling. Yeah, it was almost the exact height of the top of my head, which means that I could barely fit there without bending. I see. Which means if someone hit their head on it, it would have to be someone taller than me. There are several people taller than me here. Alucard, Haruo, Rio, and Pascal while he was still alive. Right, but not Daichi who is super short. I'm not super short, I'm just regular short. Shut up, Daichi, they're trying to help you. So what you're saying is that Daichi could not have left that blood mark on the ceiling? Yeah. And that someone else must have left it, and that this person might be the true killer. Indeed. But most evidence still points to Daichi. What is more likely that all that evidence is wrong, or that this one piece you just found is misleading you? I understand your point, but I don't think you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying Daichi had absolutely nothing to do with this case, but that doesn't mean he's the killer. So you're saying he's the collaborator? Yeah, I'm not a collaborator. Maybe he participated in the plan but didn't kill Pascal. But then who did? I haven't found that out yet. Great, so we've got nothing. There must be something more. I hate to say this, but maybe voting for Daichi is our best bet after all. We don't have any other suspects right now. There's still Alucard. I thought we discussed that part long ago. I need to find something to move this forward. Is there really nothing else? Maybe we should look at the crime scene again. If there's some new evidence, it should be there. Photo analysis. What else is the crime scene can point at the killer? No, that's not it. Oh, shit. Error message. Got it. No. 1 HP recovered. Cool. The computer screen. What was on it? There was a message that said error security breach. Does that mean anything to us? I can't be sure, but look at the facts so far. Pascal was attacked from behind, right? Yeah, he was hit in the head while sitting at the computer. And what time was it when he was attacked? The Monokuma file said 2 AM. Exactly, so we know that Pascal was sitting in front of the computer late at night when all of us should have been asleep. Why is that? Maybe he was playing video games? No, there were no games at any of the computers in the secret area. There was no internet either. We only use it for local calls. And remember, we were all extremely tired because of thirst and hunger. It was very unlikely that someone wouldn't try to sleep without a very good reason. So what was the reason? The error message itself. Is that what you're trying to say, Megumi? Yeah, the message suddenly appeared on the screen in the middle of the night. And that was enough to wake Pascal up? It might have been accompanied by an error sound. Very likely, so Pascal woke up and checked the computer, trying to find out what caused that error. The computer was his only way of contacting the other sectors, so he really didn't want it to break down. Okay, but what about that error message? Old computers love showing them all the time. Even the ones in the computer room gave me several of them while I was working there. No, this wasn't just any error message. It was a message about a security breach. What does it change? It means that it was caused from the outside. Exactly. Someone else under another device to make this message appear on screen in Pascal's room. And who could have done that? It must have been that one other person. You're dead. Yeah, you. Haruo, it was you. What, me? What, him? Yeah, you are the ultimate hacker after all. So what of it? You could have easily hacked Pascal's computer using the local network. You even had a computer connected to it ready in his room. Exactly, so you had the opportunity to do that. What about the people in Sector A? I have no idea how to do something like that. Me neither. You might be lying though. But apart from that, our computer is in the hall. You would risk getting seen by others. So I still think it was you, Haruo. And why would I do that? To get Pascal's attention, to lead him to the computer, so that you would be able to attack him from the back. Baseless conjecture. Haruo really does seem suspicious, huh? But the problem is, even if he took part in the plan, we don't know if it was him or Daichi who killed Pascal. Another mystery with two possible killers. I'm sure we can manage to solve it. I still think Daichi might be the killer. Hey, I told you I didn't do it. We might never know which one of them did it. It was Haruo who hacked Pascal's computer, right? I have never even touched the murder weapon. Maybe the murder weapon was something else then. Never even touched, huh? Object. Remember this? Glove in trash? Counter. Haruo, I think you're not telling the truth. What? You say you didn't touch the statue, but I think you did. But the fingerprint analysis said it was just Daichi, right? Yeah, but you could easily go around it. Simply by using this. A glove? Yeah, a simple glove would be enough to touch the weapon without leaving any marks on it. And you found it in the trash in Sector B. So, anyone could have left it there. Anyone? Not really. After all, it was a left glove. A left glove? Yeah, there's only one left-handed person here. Oh shit, he's left-handed? I'm also left-handed. What a coincidence. And that is Haruo. You told us yourself about your left-handed controller when we were playing Tekken, remember? I totally forgot about that. If there was a pair of gloves, it could be anyone. But just the left one? That makes it pretty clear. You... Alright, I see your point. But that still doesn't solve anything. If you think that Haruo did it, why did we find so much evidence pointing to Daichi? Especially since Haruo is actually smart and he wouldn't let Daichi leave it if they cooperated. Is that really true though? What do you mean? Megumi, do you have the answer? Logic drive. How many people did Monokuma promise to release? Middle. Correct. Next question, please. Who was the left evidence supposed to lead to? What? Who was the left evidence? That's a weird question. Who was the left evidence supposed to lead to? I don't know, man. Left? Daichi? Well, okay, that was a weird question. Maybe it was an error or something. I don't know. Who would survive if we voted for Daichi? Both of them, right? Yeah, right. Correct. Summary. How many people did Monokuma promise to reach you? Who was the left evidence supposed to lead to? Who was the left evidence? That doesn't make sense. Who would survive if you voted for Daichi? Both of them. Oh. Now I understand everything. You do? Yeah, I know why there were so many pieces of evidence pointing at Daichi. It was because that was a part of the killer's plan. It was by design? Yeah, the killer fully took advantage of the new rule introduced by Monokuma. We knew the two people would be able to leave if the killer won. Yeah, that's why we suspected there could be a collaborator. Exactly, but here, the collaborator's role wasn't just to help with the kill. It was to take the blame as a scapegoat. Hey, can I butt in for a second? Sure, go on. I actually did it. What? I am the killer. What the hell? Yeah, sorry for not telling you earlier, but why are you saying this now? I guess I had to change of heart. I couldn't live with what I did anymore. Can we believe that? Of course not. This is the most stupid lie ever. You're stupid. Anyway, just vote for me and end it. I don't think that would be wise. I believe we should just ignore him for now. This only proves what I said. Daichi was to be a scapegoat. So why would he confess that he is the killer from the beginning? Because that would look too suspicious. Most people would admit to murder if it meant execution. We would distrust him and look for the real killer. So instead, the plan was to fabricate evidence against Daichi that we would find. And then we would discover it. I think we solved the case. Impressive plan. And very devious. Daichi confessed only now because the plan has fallen apart and he wanted to save it. But not being very smart, he did it in the most clumsy way possible. That's kinda sad. That's because Daichi was just a tool. The true architect of this plan was Haruo. He was the one who came up with the plan and the one who killed Pascal. The fact that we didn't find his fingerprints only proves it further. He knew that we would check the prints, and that's why he made sure that we'd find Daichi's and not his. That's some interesting reasoning. However, it's all false. You don't have any evidence that I did it. You only have evidence for Daichi. It'd be foolish to vote for me now. No, Haruo, listen. I will not be listening to any of this. This is a waste of time. End the charade and get back to the facts. I see, so that's how we're doing it. I need to defeat his resistance to the truth. Jewel. You don't have any evidence that I did it. You're just basing it all on your guesses. The plan was put in motion during at night. The plan was to cast suspicion on Daichi. The killer got past his attention by hacking his computer. The killer hit themselves on the ceiling. The killer threw away the glove in Sector B. We have enough clues pointing at you. The glove and the blood mark prove it. Almost all of the evidence points at Daichi. He's the killer, leave me alone. In the passage, the killer and Daichi took different paths. The killer grabbed the statue with their left hand. The killer told Daichi to leave a shoe mark. Yeah. The one who left the fingerprints on the weapon was Daichi. Pascal was struck in the head by the killer. I know you long enough to know that you wouldn't throw Daichi under the bus, unless it was the part of the plan that you both came up with. What? It is as I said. You and Daichi are too close. You wouldn't throw him under the bus. You wouldn't try to pass the blame on him if you didn't agree on that before. You think you know me that well? I know you well enough for that. Huh. Well, damn. Do you have anything else to say? Not really. I see. Well then, Megumi, I'd say it's time to wrap this up. Yeah, let's summarize the case, this time for real. Oh, this is it, for reals. The case started with the killer and Daichi formulating a plan. The killer then used his computer to hack Pascal's. Pascal saw the error message and went to the computer. Then the killer and Daichi opened the secret passage in Sector B. At the crossroads, they took different paths. The killer told Daichi to leave a shoe mark in the dust. At the same time, they went through the other part of the passage, but it turned out that the ceiling was too low. They hit their head on the ceiling, leaving a bloody mark. The two partners exited the passage in Pascal's room. The killer took the statue with their left hand wearing a glove, and they attacked Pascal in the head. Pascal died instantly and fell down on the floor. Daichi gave the killer a tissue that he took from his room. The killer wiped most of the blood off the statue, then threw away the tissue in the trash in Pascal's room. Then they gave the statue to Daichi so that he'd leave his fingerprints. And finally they unlocked the door to Pascal's room. And the person who did all that was you, Haruo Miyamoto. We got you now, sucker. And that's the entire case. This is how it happened. Good job, Megumi. We failed. I'm sorry, Haruo. It's my fault. Don't be. The plan just wasn't good enough. Do you two want to comment on what Megumi said? What's the point? Everything is finished. So you admit that you did it? Who knows, maybe that was my plan all along. What? Don't listen to him, he's playing mind games with you. Oh, he's the perceptive one. I'm not planning to die yet. Anyway, it seems you've reached the truth of this case. Okay, now that you've done with this really long interruption, may I continue with the voting time? Go on. Finally! Please vote using the panels on your desk and choose who you think is the killer. And remember, make sure you do vote for someone, otherwise you will be punished as well. Okay, let's do it. Let's see the verdict. Will it be right or will it all go horribly wrong? I can't wait. Let's see. Oh, guilty. That is absolutely correct. The culprit who killed Pascal Yukawa was none other than the evil hacker Haruo Miyamoto. Congratulations! Daichi got it wrong since he voted for himself, but everyone else voted correctly. Damn it, we lost. It's game over for us. No, just for me. But leave it. So now that everything is clear, mind elaborating what happened? Why not? It won't change a thing. Yesterday, I found that passage behind the cupboard. I thought it would come in handy, so I didn't tell anyone about it. I reached my decision later that day when I saw what happened to Fu. I saw that she didn't have much time left and that we'd all be next. And that's when he came to me. Yeah, we talked about it together and decided that we had to act. Unfortunately, committing murder in such a limited environment and getting away with it was almost impossible. It was just as committing suicide. But regardless of the circumstances, none of us wanted to die. So we tried our best to come up with the plan that gave us at least some chance of survival. By creating a scapegoat and tricking us. It was a pretty clever plan. But not clever enough. We knew that with Megumi and Rio here, we needed a ton of luck to pull this off. And it turns out we didn't have that luck. Sorry, you know that I had to do it so that we could survive. Well, I apologize, you wanted to survive and so did we. We clashed at the trial and you were the victor. That's just how it is. But why kill Pascal? What did he do to you? Nothing, but we had to choose someone. We didn't have the heart to kill Fu when she was in such bad condition. And apart from that, our only option was Pascal in the secret passage. I see. However, I must correct some misconceptions that you have about this case, especially about Pascal. You really want to tell them that? Yeah, I think this would be fair to Pascal. Huh? Did I make a mistake somewhere? Yeah, partially. You kept saying that Pascal must have locked the door and that we unlocked it. But that is false. We never even touched that door. What? Then why was it open? I'm sure Pascal was supposed to lock it, but he didn't, on purpose. And I know why. This is because something else happened when we were there at night. In your version of events, we suddenly entered his room and attacked him from behind. He died without ever realizing what was happening. That's what we deduced, yeah. But in fact, Pascal discovered us. What? When we came out of the passage, the cupboard moved too loudly. Pascal heard us and turned around. I thought when we got busted, that we'd either have to abandon the plan or fight him. As if we stood any chance against Pascal. That is true. But that didn't happen. Instead, Pascal stood up and walked up to us without a word. He looked into my eyes and I looked into his. For a minute, we just stood there looking at each other in silence. They were scary. Then, still without saying a word, Pascal nodded, turned away and sat back down. All I had to do was to grab the statue and hit him. I made sure he wouldn't suffer. I don't understand. So Pascal agreed to being killed? Yeah, that's why he left the door unlocked. He knew Alucard would try to kill him. But since we got there first, he left the job to me. Pascal? He decided to sacrifice himself so that we could survive? Pascal, you didn't have to do that. I guess he couldn't just say, please come and kill me, so that was what he thought he should do. This case is even sadder than I thought. Yeah, what a twist, man. I was wondering about one more thing. Why kill Pascal yourself and not leave it to Daichi? What? I think that you'd be more convincing than Daichi as a fake culprit. Maybe so, but Daichi is clumsy. He could have screwed it up. If I wanted to have it done, I had to do it myself. I see. What's wrong? I think Haruo may still not be telling us the whole truth here. See, I have a theory. I will tell you and you can say whether I'm right. Okay? Haruo had to be the one who did it. See, if we failed to identify the real killer and his plan worked, who would have survived? Well, Haruo and Daichi, of course. Right, and if we succeeded and caught the killer, who would have lived? Everyone except Haruo and Pascal. That's correct. So with that plan, who is the only person who survives no matter the outcome? That's Daichi. Exactly. By making the plan this way, he guaranteed Daichi's survival. And that's why he did it. Am I right, Haruo? Oh, why would you do that? It's not important. Who cares? I thought so. Hey, Haruo. What? You really did it for me? What does it matter? Haruo. Daichi threw himself at Haruo, hugging him. Haruo, you're too good for me. Please don't go. Hey, it's not like I have a choice. But, ouch, you're grabbing me too hard. Doesn't matter, I'm not letting you go. Daichi, we knew that we were getting into. We talked about it. The risk was calculated. But man, am I bad at math. Calculated? But I suck at math, you know that. You dummy. Still a dumbass even after all this time. That's how I am, you know that. I know, I wouldn't have you any other way. Hey Daichi, there's one more thing before I go. Yeah? Take this. Your pen drive? Yeah, I finally got to the encrypted files that we found. Maybe that will help you finally escape this place. I'm entrusting this to you, okay? Okay. Now, I think this is the end. Good luck everyone, please defeat this game for all of us. We will. Okay then, enough of that. It's my time to shine. No. The time is up. Hope you said your goodbyes because it's too late now. I have prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate hacker, Haruo Miyamoto. It's punishment time. Rage quit, okay? We saw Haruo lying on a giant keyboard. His arms and legs were tied so he couldn't move at all. Then a giant Monokuma started playing a game using the keyboard. He was quickly pushing the buttons around Haruo. But the game was too hard, he eventually lost. He looked at the computer with a fierce frown on his face. He grabbed the keyboard that Haruo was tied to, then he took it all the way up in the air, and started repeatedly smashing it on the table. Blood and broken keys started flying all over the place. Shit. Eventually, he took the keyboard and smashed it into the monitor. Brutal. Broken shards of glass flew in every direction. In the end, we only saw Haruo's bloodied leg sticking out of the monitor. Everything around it was covered in blood. Damn. Dude. And just like that, it was over. The same thing happened again. No, why? Damn, this is so wrong. So how was it? You already got creative with this one. Who cares? It's still senseless murder. Oh, it may be murder, but it's definitely not senseless. It's an essential part of our game. Without the punishment, there will be no thrill in the crime. We don't want to play that game. But you keep doing it, and you're getting better with each new kill. It's not like you gave us any choice this time. Yeah, we had to do it to survive. Well, your friend didn't survive, though. Just stop. Oh, is that despair? I feel awesome. Keep going. That fuels me more than anything else. Yeah, you didn't know, but I don't run on batteries, I run on despair. Stop with that nonsense. Sure, I already did my part. I'll see you again soon. Oh, and you can take the exit to return to the rest of the mansion if you want. Enjoy your unhappy hours. Bye. He makes every bad situation even worse. He's trying to make us fall into despair. We can't let that happen. You sure? It's not that easy, you know. I think I need to go lay down forever. See ya. Daichi. I understand how he feels. It's no wonder he's feeling down now. Let's just let him rest. Yeah, that would be for the best. Unbelievable. Why? No, not that. Everything about this case was unbelievable. What do you mean? I mean the actions of the people involved. Pascal, Haruo, Eri. All of them acted in a way that didn't make sense logically. Do you know why? No, why? Because of their feelings. That's what I told you about. Feelings? Yes, as I said. I told you that you'd regret underestimating people's feelings. And here you are now. You almost died because of that. Well, we were all close to death, to be honest. This makes no sense. But I understand. It's this game's fault. The game's? Yeah, it's making those emotions run out of control, and this makes everyone act so weird. That's why I changed my mind. In what way? I don't want to play anymore. Wow, that's new. I am serious. I am done with this game. It's illogical and unpredictable. It makes no sense. You can't survive it just with rational thinking. That's why I'm refusing to play. So what are you planning to do? I will help you defeat the mastermind. I won't say that we're friends, but I can at least be your ally. That's great. We'll be happy to have you. Awesome. I knew you'd see the light. Please don't make me reconsider. Feelings? Huh. This is so absurd. Seems like we survived another day. Yeah, but what it cost? We had to lose Pascal and Haru just to get food and water again. Is that worth it? Without it, we'd all have died. Not gonna lie, I thought for a second whether that would be really worse. At least that nightmare will finally end. I understand, but you have to fight thoughts like that. We have to stay strong to beat the mastermind. I know, okay? It's just, I'm tired, it's so hard. What I said earlier, I meant it. I'm really glad I met you here. Rio, I'm also glad. Do I feel something about it, or is it just the shock after what happened? We'll make it out together, I promise. I know. If I didn't have enough problems already, now I have my feelings to consider as well. Rio is nice, but I feel so confused, and I don't really have the time to sort these feelings out. For now, I have to focus on surviving, and to do that, we need to feed the mastermind. We lost 2 more friends. I won't ever forget them. There are not many of us anymore. The odds of someone being the mastermind are higher. Anyone can be a suspect now. But now, more than ever, we need to cooperate. How to solve the contradiction? Doing it may be the difference between life and death. So will we live or die? Nice case. Love the fake out. Full success. That was an amazing motive. It was because I came up with it. Sure, okay, what's next? They are getting closer. Soon they may discover who I am. So what are you planning to do? But if it continues, I have to take initiative soon and enter this game for real. Okay. Security layer 1 of 4 disabled. Yeah? Huh? Is that a save point? Oh, yeah. Chapter 4. Mandatory suicide end. Survivors 8-7. There you are. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep. Next up, please. To be continued. So I'm gonna end it here. This is, wow, what a trial. I love the fake out. I was like, come on, there must be something more here. What a short trial, and then, whoop, not exactly, fella. Nice. So this is Danganronpa Live or Die. If you want to try to get for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.